Hey, Darren Spain here again, and today what I wanted to talk to you about is burning desire, a burning desire to reach the goals or to attain the success level that you're looking for. I guess what I'm talking about is you have to have that burning desire, that desire that says, I'm going to have this thing no matter what. And the reason why I'm talking to you about this today is that today I got up this morning and I listened to the morning mindset call that I'm on every day. It's a mastermind that involves the book Think and Grow Rich, and we go through it chapter by chapter, and then we discuss it in a mastermind group. And it's a very powerful call each and every morning because it just gets you into the right mood for the day and for your life, so that you can succeed at whatever it is that you want to succeed in. Most of the time it's financially, but it also deals with motivation, spiritualness, all that stuff. But today's call was about this burning desire. And it started off with Barnes. I don't know if you know the story, but a guy named Barnes wanted to work with Thomas Edison, not just work with him, he wanted to be a partner with him. Now, this guy Barnes didn't have any money at all. In order to get to Thomas Edison, he had to hop on a train, in the back of a train and get there. But he decided that he wanted to be a business partner with Thomas Edison, not just work for him. And he decided that he was going to do that no matter what. It was a burning desire, an obsession to be a business partner with Thomas Edison. Long story short, he says in his mind that whatever Thomas Edison tells him to do, whatever he wants him to do, he's going to do it, but he's never going to lose the thought of becoming a business partner. It became such an obsession that he decided that he was going to get on this train, jump on the back of this train, get to Thomas Edison's house, knock on the door, and said to Thomas Edison that I'm going to be a business partner with you. And Thomas Edison, had him do something else, hired him, but Barnes never lost the thought of becoming a business partner, and eventually became a business partner of Thomas Edison, made millions of dollars, became very rich, but he just never lost that desire, that intention to become a business partner. The other story in this chapter is about Napoleon, who sailed across the ocean, landed on this land because they had to get into a battle there. But when he landed on the land and had all of the soldiers get off the boats, he ordered that the boats be burned. And he said to his men, he said, listen, the only way we get to go back home is if we win this battle. We don't go home unless we win this battle, because there's no way to get home because the boats are burned. That's the type of attitude that you have to have if you want to be successful at anything. There's no turning back. Failure is not an option. I'm in the process of learning these strategies, these thinking principles, this way of thinking. Because to be honest, a lot of the thinking that I've had in my life has held me back. Because I didn't have, or in some cases don't have, that burning desire to be the success that I want to be. So I'm in the process, just like you might be if you're watching this, in learning the principles necessary to be successful at any endeavor that I put out there. And the only way to do it is to have this burning desire, this no turning back, this I will have it no matter what. Another example is Ford. When he was building his cars way back when, he wanted to build this engine that had never been built. The engineers didn't even know how to build it. They didn't even think it was possible to build an engine the way that Ford wanted the engine. But he would go into his engineering room and talk to the engineers and say, this is what I want, and I'll have it. And they were all said to him, it can't be done. It's never been done before. We don't even know how to start doing it. And Ford said, okay, but I'll have it. Came back a few months later. Is the engine built? No, we don't know how to do it. We can't figure it out. It's never been done. We don't even know where to start. He said, okay, but I'll have it. Months and months go by, and eventually these guys, these engineers, come up with the engine. They build it, and it becomes a success. As a matter of fact, it's the type of engine that most cars are built on right now. But before that, it had never been done. They didn't know how to do it. They didn't even know how to start. But it was Ford's burning desire, his understanding that if he intends to have something and he has a burning desire to get it, he will have it. That's the kind of mentality that I'm trying to adopt in my life, and I hope that's the type of mentality that you're trying to adopt in your life also. So some of the things, I wrote some notes down on some of the things that we talked about this morning, but I'm just looking over my notes here. One thing you have to do is you have to determine exactly what it is that you want. If it's money, you have to determine exactly how much money you want in your life. How much money? You have to determine the exact amount, not just I just want a lot of money. No, how much do you want? Do you want $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month? Whatever it is, you have to determine exactly what it is that you want. You also have to determine the date and time by which you're going to receive this money. That's important because you could put out there, I want, $10,000 a month. Well, when do you want it? You want it in 30 days, in a month, in 6 months, you want to be making $10,000 a month. What is it? When is it? Because the power comes into knowing the time frame of when you're going to get this thing. The next thing that you have to do is determine what you're willing to give in order to receive this money. What are you willing to do? What value are you going to give for the transaction of giving that value and receiving the money? Are you ready to give more of your value of the thing that you have in order to receive the cash from it? You should be giving more value than the cash value you receive for the thing that you give. So you have to do that. The next thing is to write it down. Write exactly how much money, if we're talking about money here, how much money you want to receive. You want to write down when you decide you're going to get it or when you're going to get that money. And you have to write down also what you're willing to give in order to receive that money. The next thing he talks about in this chapter is that you have to read that twice a day. Once when you get up in the morning and once at night before you retire for bed. That's important because, sometimes, most of the times, I would say probably all of the time, when you come up with this number of the money that you want to make, let's say it's $50,000 a month. You've never made $50,000 a month before in your life, so you don't have it in you to believe it. But if you do this process twice a day, every day, and the next thing about this reading it twice a day is the next thing you have to do is read it with feeling. You have to see yourself actually getting or having this money already. And if you do that, eventually it becomes, you're building up this desire, and eventually that desire becomes a burning desire to have that money, that thing, that goal of whatever it is you have in this thing that we're talking about here. So if you do those things, the burning desire starts to come, and you start believing that you have it. And then you start reading this thing with feeling, and you start seeing yourself in your mind's eye that you've already attained it. And then all of a sudden things will start happening. People will start coming into your life. Opportunities will start coming. And the most important thing, after you've done those 6 things, the most important thing is this, that you take massive action. Because as people come into your life, you're supposed to, obviously they came in for a reason. You need to engage in some conversation, at least with that person, or opportunities come. You need to take advantage of those opportunities. You have to take massive action because nothing happens without massive action. So listen, I'm in the process of learning this stuff. I'm willing to help you to learn this stuff. And I believe this wholeheartedly. As I learn this stuff, I'm going to transform my life to where it needs to be. The financial goals that I want, the motivational goals, the physical goals that I have. I'm going to attain them. And I'm also going to bring anyone along who decides to partner with me to attain their own goals. So whoever works with me is going to have the same exact success that I have, if not more than the success that I have in my life, because that's my determination. That's my intention. That's what I want to do. So listen, if you're interested in getting involved with me personally as we journey in this goal of having the success of the dreams that we have in our head, in our mind, and manifesting those dreams into reality, then go ahead and get in touch with me, and you'll have a way to get in touch with me in the description of this video or somewhere on this page, wherever you're watching this video. And then we together will be in this process of learning what it is to be successful and to be rich and to have the financial goals that we want and never have to worry about things ever again. Our families will be safe, financially secure. We will be financially secure, mentally secure, and physically secure. That's my intention. That's what I want to happen. Like Ford said, I will have it. I'm Darren Spain, and I'll talk to you soon.